You probably feel like there's one single rational you in the driver's seat of your own mind. But what if I told you there are actually two characters inside your head, and they're the ones calling the shots? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden machinery of your mind, all thanks to Daniel Kahneman's amazing work.
All right, to get things started, I've got a little puzzle for you. Seriously, don't overthink it. Just go with the very first answer that pops into your head. Ready?
I'll give you a second. Okay, a bat and a ball, $1.10 total. The bat costs exactly $1 more than the ball, so how much is the ball?
If you're like most of us, an answer just appeared, right? 10 cents. It just feels right. It's intuitive. And hey, you're in good company. Over half the students at places like Harvard, MIT, and Princeton gave that exact same answer.
And that fast, intuitive, totally obvious answer is completely wrong. What just happened was a tiny battle for control inside your own mind. And well, the faster, more impulsive thinker definitely won the first round.
The correct answer is actually 5 cents. Now, to get there, you have to consciously stop and do the math. Think about it. If the ball is 5 cents, the bat, which is $1 more, is $1.05. Add those together, and boom, you get $1.10. That little puzzle, it perfectly shows the two minds we're here to talk about.
So, why on earth does our brain make these kinds of predictable mistakes? Well, Kahneman came up with this brilliant way to explain it. He basically introduces us to the two characters that are running the show upstairs.
So first up, you've got System 1. This is the hero of our story. It's fast, it's automatic, it's totally intuitive, and it's always on. Then there's System 2. Think of it as the lazy sidekick. It's slow, it's deliberate, and it takes real actual effort to get it to do anything. It handles the tough stuff. System 1 is basically your brain on autopilot. It's how you just know that 2 plus 2 is 4, how you can't help but finish the phrase bread and butter, or how you can drive down an empty road while you're thinking about something else entirely. It's effortless, it's automatic, it's the secret author of most of your life.
Now, System 2, that's a different story. This is the part of your brain you have to consciously fire up when you need to focus. Solving something like 17 times 24. Trying to parallel park in a super tight spot, or scanning a crowd for a friend. These things require deliberate attention. If you get distracted, you're going to mess it up. System 2 is mental work.
So how do these two get along? Well, it's less of a partnership and, a lot more like an overeager employee and a very, very lazy boss.
So here's how it usually goes down. System 1 is always on, just churning out this constant stream of suggestions, feelings, and ideas. System 2 is just kind of lounging around, and as long as everything seems fine, it just signs off on whatever System 1 suggests. That's why that 10-cent answer to our puzzle felt so right. System 2 just didn't bother to check the work.
And this gets to the heart of it. Our brains are, for lack of a better word, fundamentally lazy. They're wired to conserve energy. So System 2 is going to dodge any hard thinking whenever it can, which, as you can imagine, leads to some pretty fascinating and sometimes costly mistakes.
Now, most of the time, this whole arrangement works just fine, but it also leaves us wide open to these systematic errors in thinking, or what Kahneman likes to call cognitive illusions.
So a cognitive illusion is basically a trick of the mind. It's a blind spot in your thinking. It's where your fast, intuitive System 1 just gets it plain wrong, and your slow, lazy System 2 doesn't even notice. And here's the wild part. Even when you know it's an illusion, you often can't stop yourself from falling for it.
Just take a look at this. Your System 1 is screaming at you that the bottom line is longer than the top one. It's not a suggestion, it's just what you see. But if you were to get out a ruler, your System 2 would know for a fact they're identical. And yet, look at it. The illusion is still there. You just can't turn System 1 off.
And it's not just visual tricks either. Our minds are constantly being nudged by subtle cues in our environment. It's a process called priming. One idea can unconsciously trigger a whole network of related ideas, and it all happens without you even realizing it.
Get this for a real-world example. In an office kitchen, some researchers put up an honesty box for coffee payments. Some weeks, they posted a picture of flowers above it. Other weeks, they posted a picture of watching eyes. The result? People paid almost 3 times more for their coffee when the eyes were watching. Nobody was consciously aware of it, but that subtle prime completely changed their behavior.
So if our brains are this easily tricked, what are we supposed to do?
Are we just puppets of our automatic minds? Well, not quite. And this is the really crucial part.
First things first, we have to accept that we can't just get rid of System 1. That's impossible. And honestly, you wouldn't want to. It's the system that lets you navigate the world without having to consciously think about every single tiny thing you do.
The real power, Kahneman says, comes from learning the language of our own minds. When you understand concepts like System 1 and 2, cognitive illusions and priming, you suddenly get the ability to spot the situations where you're most likely to make a mistake.
And that gives us a really practical tool. So when the stakes are high, a huge financial decision, a big life choice, we can just pause and ask this one simple question. Is this gut feeling I have a reliable System 1 intuition, or is it a bias I should probably question? It's like a mental alarm clock to wake up our lazy System 2 and put it to work.
So there you have it. You've been introduced to the two characters running the show inside your head, the fast, impulsive hero and the slow, lazy, but very powerful sidekick. The real question is, the next time you face a big decision, who are you going to let have the final say?